lovers of God? Do you truly love God? I know when everyone is asked, do you love God? What comes out of our mouth is, I love God. I love God. I go to church, a Monday service, evening service, our Sunday service, prayer meeting, everything I do. I go to church, and so I love God so much. I participate in every activities. Clap for yourself, you truly love God. We will know today you truly love God. Before we proceed, I will tell us a story. There's a certain man that got married to a wife. This wife always take care of her home, maintain the home, cook very good food for her husband, does everything good for her husband. When her husband comes back from work, she embraces, kiss, and what? Give her a good what? Warm water to take his bath. She does everything for her husband. Come rain, come sun. But she doesn't love her husband. And also, there's a certain woman who got married to a man. This man does everything for her. This man brings everything that she ever needs for this woman, for his wife. But he doesn't love his wife. To you, what do you think is going to happen? So those of us that say, I love God, look at it on your own point of view, from your point of view. If you are such a person, and we might say, how will I know? Okay, let's proceed further. The book of Mark chapter 12. Mark chapter 12. Verse 30 says, and thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind, and with all thy strength. This is the first commandment. If you love me, keep what? My commandment. Thou shalt love the Lord with what? With all your heart, with all your mind, and with all your soul. The woman that cares for her husband and doesn't love, did she truly love her husband from the mind, from the soul? It's a fact there. If she truly loves her husband, that's why she gives those things to her husband. Does not mean that she loves her husband. You going to church, paying all activities, paying your dues, that does not show that you truly love God. What shows that you truly love God is when you keep his commandments. You love him from the depth of your heart. 31 says, and the second is like unto it, that thou shalt love your neighbor as yourself. Remember, the lovers of God are people that keep his commandments. Now, do you love your neighbor? Do you care for your neighbor? Do you see your fellow brother that is in need and attend to his need? You might say, okay, I don't have something to offer to my fellow one. Okay, let's come this way. Have you ever seen a child of your neighbor? A child of your neighbor whose mother is not there and the child want to fall into the gutter? Do you go and give a helping hand to rescue the child? Or do you say, I don't care? Now, you might also say, sometimes I help. Now, how do you love God? It's a simple word. From your heart, from your mind, from your soul. That takes us to the book of Luke chapter 6, verse 31. That talks about whatsoever that you wish others to do to you, do it also to them. That is the only way to love what? God. Not loving God with demand. So these people serve me. or these people honor me with their lips. It's not from their heart. So if you want to love God, the integrity of it all is when you love God from the heart, from the mind, from your soul, genuinely, without adding to it or taking from it. Keeping the commandment, giving a helping hands to your fellow brothers and sisters. You don't segregate. You don't select who you are going to help. You can go to church, fine. When going to church, in the place of your worship, do you have a person that she doesn't communicate with? Or do you have a person that offended you for so many years and you hate the person, but you're in the same church? Where is the what? The love of God. Said, how can you say you love God that you have not sinned and hate your fellow brother? How do you love God? It's very, very important. If you know you are a child of God, you are a lover of God, you must love God from the heart. Take away hatred from your fellow brothers and sisters. Love your fellow brothers in the same church. Love your fellow brother in other churches. Love your fellow human beings. Nothing like Christianity, paganism, or Judaism, or Islamic, whatsoever way. That's why it's a Muslim account. No, nothing like of such in the kingdom of God. You must love what everyone. You must love what everyone. You must do to others what you want them to do to you. That is the greatest commandment of God. You must love everyone. You might say, can somebody love everyone? Yes. How do you love everyone? Do to others. Do to them what you want them to do to you. If you know if someone slap you, you won't take it, you won't like it. Don't slap others. If you know if someone steal your food, don't steal another person's food. If you know that you won't allow anyone to kill you, don't kill someone. If you know you don't want anybody to insult you in public, don't insult. Hello. So when talking about a lover of God, your loving God must be what? In action. It must show forth in the sight of people also. Not that you are just acting it, but it should come from your mind. It should come from your mind. That you take pleasure in doing it. You take pleasure in assisting. You take pleasure in serving God. You go to church because you want to represent what? God. You are not the temple of the living God. So anything that affects the temple affects God. Anything that would affect that temple affect God. Say, you are the apple of my eyes. You are the eyes of God on earth. When you go to church genuinely. If you go out of the church, act to people genuinely. Don't look at what is happening in society and say, the world is a wicked world. So if it doesn't play this way, the world, No, you have to take that out of your mind. Wrong, that is wrong imagination. Wrong word, imagination. You need to cast that out of your mind and start doing what it takes, the rightful thing, to be a lover of God. Said, anyone that loves me, God keeps what? My commandment. Do you truly love God? If you know you truly love God, look at the few three or the three I just told you now. Then you will know you truly love God. Remain blessed.